Some of the things that we think will help us to feel more confident and comfortable can actually be damaging our confidence. And in this episode, I'm going to share 3 mistakes that you could be making in an effort to build your confidence that could actually be sabotaging your efforts without you even knowing it. I'll also be sharing an exercise that can help you to feel more confident instantly. So when you find yourself overthinking and feeling stuck, you can use this to make progress on starting your business, so you don't want to miss that. I'm Mary Kate from The Freedom You Deserve, and each week I share lessons I learned over 10 years building my confidence to start my first business, so that you can learn faster and you can create a balanced life that's exciting, meaningful, and more authentically you. So here are 3 things that people do all the time that can actually be damaging or completely sabotaging your efforts to become more confident. The first one is a big one, and it is comparing yourself to other people. We all know that Instagram life and social media generally really just shows the good stuff, but it also only shows a fraction of what's going on. It doesn't show how long people have been working on something in the background, but we also don't even know if people are being honest in what they share. There's a saying about being an overnight success, 10 years in the making. And of course, that's not really an overnight success, but that's what it looks like on social media. If you want to start a business that fulfills you and makes you feel proud, it is important to realize that it's your race and you are the only person in it. All that matters is that you keep going and that you get to the finish line at some stage. Not that someone else got there first, not even that someone else is doing the same thing that you want to do. Some people might resonate with that person's way of doing things, of course, but some will resonate with you and not with them. So it's not about who got there first or if you're both doing the same thing at the same time. It really doesn't matter. Of course, there are some times when competition is real, but it's not something you need to be afraid of. There's more than enough to go around. So learn to focus only on yourself, on who you can help, and on what you can do in the next 24 hours to move the needle forward. Just one 24-hour block, one day at a time. Think of what gifts you would like to give your future self and do something, anything, to work on that today. The second thing is asking other people for their advice. It's another massive one. We sometimes think it's smart or sensible to get the advice of other people, but ultimately this is a form of seeking approval and validation from others, and it very often is because of a self-trust issue, an issue that the more you do it, the more it damages your own self-trust, and the harder it can get, maybe even impossible, for you to make your own decisions. Aside from it probably confusing you even more because everyone has a different opinion, if you've been a people pleaser like I was, you might feel a sense of responsibility to do what other people suggest and not what you want to do because of what they said. Asking other people for their permission or asking other people to make your decisions for you. And I know sometimes we wish that somebody would make the hard decisions for us, but it's self-perpetuating. The more you do it, the more you feel you need to, and in the long run, it actually damages your confidence in yourself. At some point, you need to just decide to start trusting yourself, especially if your goal is to start a business or do anything meaningful that's different from your current life. Only you know what's right for you, what feels right in your chest, your heart, or maybe it's your stomach. Lean into your intuition a little bit more and make the decision to decide things for yourself. You are smart enough and you absolutely can do this yourself. Number 3 is disempowering self-talk. Telling yourself things like, I feel so overwhelmed, or I don't know what to do, is just a bad habit. But it's a habit that can take your power away or gives your power away. If you want to feel more in control of your life, to feel more confident in yourself, use your power and step into new things knowing that you can do anything you put your mind to. Nobody really knows the answer. Parents don't, entrepreneurs don't, but we still need to back ourselves and take action. And all we need to do is just take the action that feels right now. You don't need to plan all the way down in the future. You just need to think, what feels right for me right now, and go with that, and the next step will reveal itself in time. We need to keep our power and use every bit of it we have to make things happen. If you are feeling overwhelmed and stuck or frozen, try telling yourself that you haven't learned this yet. You haven't figured this out yet. It's a really big word for a 3-letter word. Even if you have to say, I don't know what to do yet, it still keeps you in control of finding the solution. If you're terrified of failing, try not to use internal dialogue like, what will people think of me? But remember that the only way to fail is to quit or never start. Success is built on the failures of those that chose to keep going. No matter what happens, you get to choose whether or not you will be successful. You get to choose whether you will keep going, whether things go your way or not. And when something bad does happen, and these things do happen all the time, instead of defaulting to blame and anger, even on the inside, remember that you are in control of what happens next. No matter how bad it is, you get to decide what you can do now and how you can make it better. Sometimes the bad things are a blessing in disguise, so always try to look through the lens of opportunity and look at the positive, like what is this bad thing trying to teach me? I do still have that exercise coming up for instant confidence, but just to recap on these 3 things that could be hurting your confidence. Number 1 is to stop comparing yourself to others. Number 2, definitely stop asking others for advice. And 3, learn to talk to yourself just a little bit nicer. These 3 things can have a massive impact on you finally starting your business. If you're enjoying this video and would like more videos on getting ready to start your first business, I'd be very grateful if you could please like and subscribe so you never miss a video. This helps us grow and supports us making more videos for aspiring entrepreneurs to start their first business. Thank you. Now, if I ask you to finish this statement, what is the first thing that comes to mind? Without even thinking it, just the first thing. What if? Was it negative? Notice how I didn't ask you to frame it negatively, but we automatically go there. What if I fail? What if I'm not cut out for business? What if I make a fool of myself? What if I start a business but can't sustain success? What if, what if, what if? How much time do you spend actively imagining positive what ifs? Outcome-orientated, possibility-driven what ifs. Grab a pen and paper and think of 3 positive ways that you can finish that what if statement. What if it works out better than I could have imagined? What if I'm more capable than I thought? What if my friends and family adore my business? What if I am ready to unlock and unleash that power that's been hidden inside of me? This was part 1 of a 2-part series, and I will link part 2 in the description below. If you found this video valuable, subscribing will help me to reach more people like you, and I would be very grateful if you could please pay it forward and do a good thing for the next person. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you go, and I'll see you next week.